Talking of numbers, you've got a rather famous number named after you. Did you name that, or did somebody else name it?
No, it was named on Facebook, apparently.
And for the listeners, it's Dunbar's number. If you haven't heard of it, so could you explain that a little bit? Well, actually, not a little bit, but go into it. That'd be great.
So Dunbar's number is the natural limit on the number of relationships, meaningful relationships, that you can have at any one time. And that's about 150. And that includes both family, extended family, and friends. And in the small scale traditional societies, that 150 would be entirely made up of extended family. But in the modern world, with our much reduced family sizes, you can include all your extended family, and then you end up with lots of spaces left over, if you like. And that's what we fill with friends. So in the kind of modern world, on typically about half your 150 will be extended family, half will be friends. That number is a constraint in our brain, as it were. We just can't handle more relationships than that. Obviously, some people can do a bit better and some people do slightly worse, but the average is always about 150. That came off the back of a prediction from an analysis of group sizes in monkeys and apes. And it turned out that there is a very strong relationship between the size of groups that a particular species of monkey or ape lived in and the size of its brain. And from that, if you plugged human brains into it, you get this prediction of about 150, which turns out then to occur all over the place. The interesting thing is that it's not actually a number, but a series of numbers. So It probably ought to be Dunbar's numbers, because what it is the structure of your social network looks a bit like the kind of ripples on a pond round where you throw a stone in. So if you imagine yourself as the stone being thrown into a nice clear lake, the ripples kind of represent these layers of friendship that you have running out from you. And the size of the ripple, or the circle created by the ripple, reflects the size of the circle, and the kind of height of the wave reflects the emotional closeness. So you have a very small number of very close relationships. And then outside that is a bigger layer with slightly less close relationships, and so on and so forth, till you get out to 150. What's interesting about these is the numbers have very, very specific fractal patterns. So the numbers occur at 5, 15, 50, 150, and then beyond the 150, they extend to 500, 1500, and the last layer possible is 5,000. Everybody beyond 5,000 is strangers. We've never seen it, don't even recognize their face.
Could you just explain those numbers as you go?
Well, you could put names to them that kind of make intuitive sense, as it were. So this inner layer of 5 is what you might think of as your best friends, as it were. Remember, they're 50-50 family and friends, at least up until you get to the 150. Beyond that, they'll all be friends and no family. But in the inner layers, it's roughly 50-50 family and friends. The innermost core at 5, which we sometimes refer to as the shoulders to cry on friends, because they're the ones who will drop everything to come and pick you up when your world falls apart, as it were, put you back on your feet. They're also known as the support clique for the same reason. But you can think of them as your best friends. They'll typically consist of 2 close family members, a parent, or maybe even a grandparent, and a sibling perhaps, or an offspring, plus a couple of friends. It has that kind of makeup. Then the layer outside, which adds another 10 people. So these layers are inclusive. Each layer includes the layers inside it. The next layer at 15, which has at its core the shoulders to cry on clique of 5, has another 10 people in it. That layer of 15 people has long been known about. It's called the sympathy group. It's the people whose death tomorrow you would be genuinely upset about. Not simply sorry to hear about it, but genuinely upset.